ऋषिगालप की तपस्थली पे ये बसा हुआ मेरा घर है. It's overwhelming. In retrospect, as I go back, I'm an advertising and film poster photographer, so to say, by profession. I have a personal body of work of my own. But in retrospect, when I come around to thinking, where did my journey start? It started right here. I never took to photography here. I didn't even have a camera. I knew nothing. I was not a member of the photography club here. One day I was staring outside the window in class, and my wonderful teacher and housemaster, Mr. Owen Dikshit, he came quietly behind me and he stood there and he tried to stare in the direction that I was staring in. And then gently whispered in my ear, कि भाई नज़ारा तो अच्छा है लेकिन कुछ पर्टिकुलर ऐसा है जो आप देख रहे हो. So I looked at him startled, but then he had always been a person who was so approachable and so wonderful to us that I told him, sir वो दूर high tension wires जो हैं, वो जो electrical wires हैं, वहाँ पे दो birds दिखाई दे रहे हैं और दो birds जो kiss कर रहे थे. तो जब kiss करते हैं तो बीच में एक heart form होता है. तो वो heart मुझे दिख रहा था और उनके पीछे एक बादल था जिसका shape भी कुछ heartfelt था, heart किस्म का था. So I said, look at that, it's so magical that these two things are coexisting together. And he looked at me, he says, I thought you were looking out of the window, but no. You were actually seeing a wonderful little detail. इतना बड़ा नज़ारा है बाहर, लेकिन आपको एक छोटी सी detail दिखाई दे रही थी. You were not looking, you were seeing. And I said, चलो बच गए. बाहर देख रहा था, बच गए आज. मुझे वो looking और seeing का difference बहुत बाद में जाके पता चला. खैर आगे जाके I became a photographer. I was having a blast. I loved what I was doing. It was a beautiful world. I loved the sound of a shutter clicking. So I enjoyed doing what I was doing. I managed to figure out how to do those things. I was shooting advertising campaigns. I was shooting wonderful movie posters. Movies was a world I loved. So I got myself involved there and found myself shooting pictures. I traveled a lot with movie crews. And then I started shooting posters for films. And it was a wonderful journey. I was loving it. But somehow it was always doing what others wanted me to do. When I saw pictures by other many giant photographers whom I really admire, Raghu Rai, Raghubir Singh, Swapan Parekh, I used to think these guys own their work. I don't somehow. Completely I don't own my work. It's not my ideas at the end of the day. क्योंकि मुझे तो वो तब याद आया कि वो बर्ड भी दिखाई देता था और ऐसे ही करते करते चलता रहा काफ़ी हद तक. स्वपन पारेख मेरा दोस्त बन गया जिसकी फ़ोटोग्राफी देख के मैं मतलब जलता भी था और एडमायर भी करता था उसको. Every day I would put on a wide angle lens on my camera and think I'm going to take the next picture like a Swapan Parekh image. That didn't happen. I had 3 pathetic years of photography. I was trying to be someone else. One such journey took me to the wonderful Kabul. And I was shooting posters for a film called Kabul Express. And I almost got myself arrested there because Kabul you have to be within boundaries. If you don't know Kabul, you don't just venture out on your own. It's a different world. To me, it was like I'm watching a film. This is what I saw in movies. So I ventured out. I was outside this bombed palace of Kabul ironically called the Dar-ul-Aman. Yes, that's the image. And I shot this small image and I thought nothing of it at that time. I said, this is quirky. There's a palace riding on a bus from that particular angle. But just after this image, one convoy of armored cars came there and they picked me up and took me. What transpired after that was a bit of a story, a scary one, but I am here to tell that story today. I almost got arrested. They have ways of finding out who you are. They took a picture of me, whatever happened. Our crew came, saved me, gave my credentials that I'm a part of the crew, so they let me go. But that night when I went back and I saw that image again on my laptop, I said, yaar, ye, isme to kuch baat hai yaar. I feel I own this image. And this is what I was talking about. This is when Mr. Dixit's word came back to mind. That you were not just looking out of the window, you were seeing. And you were seeing details that others don't see usually. They don't notice. And that started another journey. I got friends of mine who saw that image, said, wow, we haven't seen you shoot like this before. So I said, yaar, this is working. And then after that, I didn't stop shooting those images. Whatever caught my fancy, I shot. However much I thought कि यार ये किसको पसंद आएगा, ये थोड़ी फिल्म स्टार की तस्वीर है या ये कोई सुंदर मॉडल की तस्वीर थोड़ी है. This is something I see. These are little quirky things that I see. So why should I shoot them? But then, after that image in Kabul, I really started shooting those things. And it became such a journey. It was insane. It was amazing. It became such ingrained in me that even driving became difficult. Even if I was driving, I would start seeing things and my attention would go there. And I realized I was a dangerous driver. Then came a time when I had an affliction in my eyes and I lost my visibility quite a bit. I'm currently seeing 20% of, I hardly see, I can't see any details and any dark details. So basically I started enjoying seeing life like, have you all seen that film, wonderful film by James Cameron? It's called Avatar. How that film is, everything is dark and nice and everything glows like fireflies in that. So my vision right now is like that. My sight is like that. I won't say my vision is like that because my vision, I realize, transcends beyond that. Even now, with this vision, okay, I am healing, but it's a lengthy process. But with this kind of vision, the only thing I realize that I can do is to shoot. I shoot constantly. And 6 years back, we had a baby girl. She's sitting right there. Our daughter, Meera. And that started another journey for me. She showed me moments which were absolutely incredible. And B, I'm learning to see from her eyes. She sees everything, children rather, see everything like they're seeing it for the first time. And it's so refreshing. We've forgotten that. I had forgotten that. And when I saw her looking at things and her perspective, I started having such a blast. And I started taking pictures also again. I was doing all kinds of things. I shoot on the streets. I shoot professionally. I tell clients that yes, my sight is afflicted, but I can shoot. And I show them. Sometimes I do a test shoot and I show them that I can shoot. So don't let that be a guiding factor for me to shoot. And despite that vision, I can shoot because this girl is teaching me how to see all over again. What Mr. Dixit that day said, you were not looking, you were seeing. That prevails even now. And I'm still seeing, so many wonderful things. I'm seeing the world like a James Cameron film, but I'm trying to present it like how people with normal sight present it. And I'm having a great time. Currently, I'm working on a book. I'm in the process of finishing a book, which was my journey over many years. It wasn't a conscious journey. It's just that there was one gentleman called Ashok Mehta who I admired a lot. And I had shot many pictures of him over 30 years. And I saw him everywhere. I saw him in reflections in windows. I saw him everywhere. So that entire body of work is now coming out in a book. And Mr. Dixit started shooting on the streets. Yes, there is. Meera's life looks like a dream. This is a picture I shot in COVID, where all those chairs had crosses, that you could sit only on alternate chairs. And there she was sitting ulta, like a cross herself, along with all those crosses. So she presents such moments to me that it is the most joyous phase. And now I go back to what Rohit Sipai Malani earlier said, that, take the risks. I want to turn that around a little, and I won't say it's a risk. If what you enjoy doing, if you do what you really enjoy doing, then it's not taking a risk, because you are doing everything that you would do even in a successful life. In a so-called financially successful life, and if it starts paying you money, go for it. But do what you love doing. That makes you feel like you've never worked a single day in your life, but you've just done what comes to you easily. And you've had such a great time doing it. And you've led a meaningful life, very meaningful life. For yourself also, it's self-fulfilling. You go back home, sleep so well after that. Like this image here is a bar it's a jazz bar in Budapest, and it had a wonderful line written there, and the whole image caught my eye. It says, play what is not there. And it's meant for jazz musicians. There are a lot of jazz musicians in Barcelona. This bar invites all of them to come and just play, and they jam up. So they are playing what hasn't been written. They're just performing from the core of their heart at the moment, spontaneously, whatever is coming. So that line resonated a lot with me. Play what is not there. Play what is not there. I try to. If you're good at it, if you love it, you'll be good at it. If you're good at it, it will work with everyone. Just play what is not there and have a blast all your life. Thank you.